What's up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. Today, we're going to be diving into a little bit of a Jim Beam, a little winter reserve. Now, you guys know, I think I have it down here. I'm a big fan of the Jim Beam Black 7-year age. I thought it was a really good budget bottle, low on proof, but overall, really good bottle for the price. I think this one's it's like 20 bucks. Now, right around the same price point, we're going to be looking at this winter reserve. Now, this is somewhat newer, but again, lower on the proof. This is 86 proof. I don't ever look at the proof before I buy something. That's one of my biggest issues here. But we're going to dive into it. We're going to pour it up neat. I'm going to make an old fashioned because it says, hey, do a little winter twist on an old fashioned. So we're going to have to test that out, give you my thoughts. So let's go ahead and dive in. This is the close-up on the bottle. In case anybody has not seen this yet, it kind of screams fall. If you were to ask me, without seeing the name, I'd be like, oh, this is like a Jim Beam fall edition. A little Thanksgiving football bottle here. It doesn't scream winter. If it was blue, maybe a little white, a little snow, it'd feel like winter. But this feels more like, it feels like fall. So, NT Ways. So again, this is going to be a 6-year age. I believe the double oak is also a 6-year. The one that's caveat that's slightly longer is going to be that black 7-year. Oh, I'm just tearing it up now. Yep, 86 proof, coming in right under 30 bucks. You're looking at $26.99. I mean, it kind of tells you the tasting notes on here already. It says notes of vanilla, cinnamon. I think on here I saw something else too. Finished in new toasted white oak barrels. Notes of vanilla with hints of clove and cinnamon. So I'm thinking maybe some spice, probably basic bourbon notes. So let's see. Let's dive in. Mr. Joker in the chat. What's going on, buddy? Says, good evening. What's up, the fam? We're just getting started, so welcome to the stream. I don't know if anybody else made it yet, but we're getting there. We're not slowing her down for nobody. Actually has tons of clove on there. Bro, this is like a fall bottle. This isn't winter. It reminds me of like when you start making the turkey up, you're throwing some seasonings on there. That's what it reminds me of. It doesn't remind me of, I guess maybe like a Christmas ham. You can make the argument, I guess. Absolutely no ethanol. You get the caramel, the vanilla, stuff like that. What is in there? Bro, is my Glen dirty? Oh, it's on the bottom. Yeah, overall, fairly basic. Nothing too stand out. But I guess you're not really, if you're buying a bottle like this, if you're doing a ton of research on it, maybe you'd be expecting maybe a little bit more. But seeing it sit on the shelf under 30 bucks, I wasn't expecting too much. I just heard about it and I said, I got to try it. So let's check out the palette real quick. It's got tons of that little kind of like allspice to it. Cloves there, cinnamon there, obviously. Honestly, it's not bad. It definitely drinks slightly higher than 86, but I think that's just like the cheapness of it, to be honest. Really thin, small to no finish. It's a good little budget bottle. Can't complain about it. It's not the 7-year by any means. The 7-year blows this out of the water. It's decent, but it definitely feels fall. That's just my 2 thoughts. Joker says, if you can mix it with pumpkin spice, it's fall. I'm not mixing anything with pumpkin spice, but honestly, with the clove aspect, the cinnamon aspect, probably be decent. I don't know what pumpkin spice you would mix with it. Like if you have like a pumpkin spice latte, like a hot one, threw this in, it would be decent. A little coffee, some pumpkin spice creamer or something. I can see that going. But other than that, like I don't know how do you mix pumpkin? I don't understand that. You guys remember those pumpkin spice Dunkin' Donuts cans? Those are disgusting, but you couldn't mix that with it. I mean, it's basic budget. That's the way I could describe it. Cool to have on the shelf. It will sit pretty next to the 7-year, even though the 7 years almost gone. Where did I put it? There it is. You know what I mean? I'm a little staggered on the shelf. It goes on brand, but iRock says, "What's up, boss man? Hey, we're diving in, boys. We're getting the Friday going. Happy Friday to you all. If you haven't already, smash the like button. We're just getting started. I have some other stuff we're going to break into, but that's only for the people that come for the budget bottle. They get the good stuff later. But yeah, I definitely want to try it in an old fashioned. I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm going to make it how I normally make it. But I when I saw it, I was like, you know what? It probably would be pretty good with the black walnut syrup. I'm not going to make it with that, but I bet you that would be good. Irex says that 7 years good stuff. Yeah, the 7 years is definitely better than this. The little winter reserve. This isn't bad. It's definitely different. Like it has a lot more spice to it, so I get where they're going, but it feels more fall. Like branding's off. You know what I mean? I get where they're going though. Like you're almost there, but you had to throw in a little mint, maybe a little like a rye feels more like Christmas to me. This feels like Thanksgiving Day, right? Throw football on the TV. You don't move from the couch. You got the wife in there cooking up the turkey. I cook the turkey, but you know what I mean. Throw in a little glass. That's a fall. This is a fall bottle. Nice crisp, 62 degrees. I'm here for it. iRock says, had me 3 pours already. Switching to Jack and Wild Cherry Pepsi. Bro, I love Wild Cherry Pepsi. But I'm not switching that. Let's go ahead and pour up a little old fashioned real quick. That way we can just test this bottle out completely. I got the festive cup and everything. It says "to the season." Little red truck, Christmas tree. Let me give you a close up. I got you. You know what I mean? We're on brand. We're just on the wrong season. This is a fall. I should have a turkey running with a football. That's what I should have. Just saying. I'm gonna leave it on this. Let's go ahead and make this. I'm not gonna get all fancy with it with a different glass or anything. We're just gonna pour everything right over the ice. Keep it nice and simple. A little bit of spiced cherry bitters. A wee bit of the orange bitters from Woodford's. Almost all the bitters I use from Woodford's. Here. That's what they look like. If you don't know, now you know. This stuff is low proof and also fairly sweet. So I'm just going to do like a dash of this. I don't think it needs really more than that. Where the heck is my... There it is. Pour it up. Here we go. There's something about the Jim Beam though, right? That I can just slam back with like no hesitation, right? If I get me an expensive bottle out here, I hesitate. You know, I drink it nice and slow. I don't think about it, or I think about it too much. These Jim Beam bottles, it's almost like they're like the neglected child. I'm just like, yeah, get in my glass, done. I'm not going to put a bunch of extra cherry juice in this one. Just again, it's fairly sweet, so we'll lay off. Get these bitters out of here. Wrong one. There we go. All right. Cheers, boys. Let's see. The proof's way too low. Nah, that's a pass. That's not good. I made it the same way I make it all the time, except for I didn't put the extra cherry syrup in there. Maybe slightly less simple syrup. The bottle's sweet. Mixing it with anything, an 86 proof probably drops down to fucking what, 80 proof, 75 proof. It's just, it's not, doesn't have enough oomph to carry through a cocktail. I still got ice. What happens when the ice melts? The second sip was better, but last sip. Let's see if we can salvage it, but that's dog water. Don't want that at all. Don't want that at all. Let me pull over Glenn. Yeah, the old fashioned, not for me. I love old fashioned. It's just nowhere near enough proof. What's the proof on the 7-year? Yeah, the proof on the 7-year is 90. A couple extra proof points goes a long fucking way. IROC says best of bourbon is Old Overholt 114. I thought it was Old Granddad. I looked for the Old Granddad 116 for you today. Didn't find it. Bro, let me tell you, Total Wine had everything today. Total Wine, I go to Total Wine all the time. And I go to pick up like basic stuff, you know, like the 7-year, the Jim Beam Black 7-year. That's where I picked that up. That's where I could pick up like any of the just basic lineup stuff. MSRP, fairly cheap. But today, it's some bangers. Oh, best old-fashioned bourbon. My bad. I thought we were doing some like award thing. It just lacks, you know? Like it's good. I don't know. I have an issue with budget bottles, I think. Like I want to buy budget bottles and I want to enjoy them. But when you start buying some more of the more expensive stuff, the budget ones just don't give you enough. Right? That sounds bougie as hell, but like it's just not, doesn't take you to the finish. Warms you up good, right? It's a good starter. Warm up the palate. If I was day drinking like without a care, sure, fuck it, who cares what you're drinking? But when it's Friday, you're trying to sit back, enjoy a good drink, this isn't your go-to. So to kind of wrap up on the final of this piece, right? Should you buy it? Yeah, buy it. It's cheap enough. Won't break the bank. You're talking under 30. Can you get something better for $25? Sure. This is a limited edition thing. It's not going to be out all year, but cool to have on the bar. If you're really a big Jim Beam fan, absolutely. At the same time, they had a single barrel there. It was 108 proof, 10 extra bucks, 15 extra bucks, something like that. I probably should have went with that one. It's that, bro, what is that? How many more proof points? 20 extra proof points? That's like 50 cents a proof point. That's good value. Now I'm thinking about it out loud. Should have got that for sure. I think IROC also had it. And he also said that thing was delicious. So next time I swing by Total Wine, definitely pick that up. Now, IROC says, yeah, my buddy just picked up Old Granddad 16 from his boy at Jim Beam for $75. Missing the ribbon and medallion, but fuck it. I didn't know it came with a ribbon or a medallion. I didn't know that was needed on a bottle. I don't care about none of that stuff. Like some stuff comes with keys, some stuff comes with like random shit. I don't care for that. Now, let me move this out of the way. I don't want to crack into any of the good stuff unless we get some people in here. But I did get something for the wife. She didn't care for it. I did it more to like bust Tuck's balls too, because I know he's not a fan. But not bourbon, not whiskey, but vodka. Ew, right? But this is a Hot Ones, right? Let me move this off real quick. Hot Ones, the hot sauce, bro, came out with its own vodka. Heat check. It's hot peppers infused with vodka. Bro, I love spicy stuff. On the back says, "Here's to the spice lords who dare to feel the burn." I'm gonna give it a try. All right, it's supposed to be like habaneros. I don't like vodka, but all right, you gotta try it. Plus, it was $8, so IROC says it's like the reject bottles. Oh, I didn't know that. IROC says that single barrel Jim Beam 108 is awesome. Yeah, I should have got that. That's my bad. Where's Tux? I have no idea. Probably watching that other streamer. This is gonna be gross. I have a feeling. But the hopes was to make some like Bloody Marys with it. Don't worry, I'm gonna have one of my buddies try this soon. I know he's watching. Oh, why does it smell fruity? It doesn't smell bad. Normally vodka is just completely repulsive. Yep, that's it. That's repulsive. Decent spice. It's not bad, actually. Not bad. Let me pull it back. I judged it quick. IROC says, bro, that and a Bloody Mary. Yeah, vodka, little spicy Bloody Mary. Bro, if you've never been to Vegas, just say that. Bloody Mary in the morning, brunch. That vodka taste up front really just is not, I don't like it. The back end has that like nice little burn feeling to it. I like that. I like the second half. The first half makes me want to throw up because I know it's vodka. But this mix would be really good. God, I feel like I'm going to throw up. I hate fucking vodka. I'm done with this. The burn was cool. I thought it was going to be spicier, to be honest. Decent spice level. Somebody that's not like crazy into like spices, I'm sure they would think it's spicy, but it's warm at best. IROC says Wisconsin makes the best Bloody Marys, no argument. I can't say I'm like a Bloody Mary connoisseur or anything, but I think Vegas probably has the best. They got like king crab legs in there and shit. Like they go all super nuts. Wisconsin, I didn't have one. Wisconsin doesn't even know how to make a normal old fashioned, so I don't know if I believe you. Let's get into something good. I'll let you guys kind of vote on it. Let me throw this bottle to the side real quick. And we can open up one for a first impression. I think there's the last two that I have not opened. I think. So, we got these two. Let me pull up the second camera, just to give you a nice little good look here. I'm not doing both, so that's not going to happen. We got a little Midwinter's Night Dram and a little Heaven Hills Grain to Glass. I like the bottle on the Midwinters, but this is obviously one of the limited edition ones, coming in right under, I think it's like 96 proof. It's going to be Act 40 C9. I think that's 4. Yeah, I think it's act. I can barely fucking read that. Scene 2. How about that? And then you have Heaven Hills Grain to Glass is going to be the rye. It's going to be 2024 release. Where are we at? 123.2 proof. Matt B says Vegas, my ass. Then where? What has the best Bloody Mary? Matt on Wisconsin. Matt says Wisconsin's all about the brandy old fashions. They are unique and spectacular. I'm not saying they're not good, but I will say, let me switch cameras for this. I went to Wisconsin and I was shooting a wedding. First time in Wisconsin. They knew I was not local, right? Let me preference that. They knew that. And then, you know, it's, bro, I've been traveling for like 18 hours that day, and all I wanted was an old fashioned. I said, hey, they said, what can I get for you? I said, an old fashioned. She goes, you want sweet or sour? I said, I don't know what that means. I want an old fashioned. She said, sweet or sour? Not a margarita lady, just an old fashioned. But we went back and forth. She didn't explain it to me at all. Then she came back with like the cheapest whiskey on the rocks. Not good. Very unhappy. I got to explain later on. If I'm going to drink one, it's going to be sweet, but I like my old fashions to be like a fancied up shot, not a full on cocktail. Now, I will say, if anybody ever comes to Florida or anywhere there is a Ford's Garage, they make a pretty good old fashioned that does have a brandy wash in it. Pretty good. Irock says, yeah, pretty sure Wisconsin has the best old fashions and bloodies. Oh, fuck, bro. What do I gotta do? Drive up to Wisconsin again? Alex in the chat says, what up, what up? Alex, welcome back to the stream, bud. Yeah, let me know which one of these two you want me to open up. We'll do a first impressions of either the Midwinter's Night Dram or Heaven Hills Grain to Glass Rye. They're both ryes, if you didn't know. So one is going to be obviously the High West, little Utah bourbon, or rye, I'm sorry, my bad. A blend of straight rye whiskeys finished in port barrels. And then obviously you got if you don't know what this one is, it's a little crazy, you know? A little spotted cow, IROC says. Honestly, I'm fairly interested in trying what this Heaven Hill's like. I like calling it Haven Hill, but I know it's Heaven Hill. Bro, I'm not going to Kentucky for Wisconsin stuff. I want to go to Kentucky for Kentucky. IROC says, when you come to Kentucky, we'll hook you up with some Wisconsin stuff. Why don't we just go to Wisconsin at that point? I should. So I'm figuring out one of two things. Either I am calling Penelope. I did win their little giveaway thing. It's not a giveaway. It's a like a chance to buy one of their. I can't even remember what it is. I don't remember what I won. Bro, my phone is crazy. What did I win? One second. Tux would have already had this, by the way. Their Estate Founders Reserve. I won a chance to buy that. They basically did a raffle and they said, hey, fill it out. So many people are going to get a chance to buy it. They're doing an event on November 22nd. I think it's early too, but I have a wedding that day, so I have to work. I can't get out of it, right? So in Tennessee, they're going to have, or not Tennessee, in Kentucky, they're going to have an event. Personally, I think I would want to go to the event. So I'm going to see if I can transfer it to somebody's name, give it away to one of you guys. If I can, great. Let you guys go and have some fun, buy the bottle. Send me a sample if you want. I don't care. If not, if they won't let me transfer it, then I'll be going up more than likely in December. And then I'll go up to Kentucky and we'll do the whole 9 up there. I should be eventually going up there anyway, but if not, then December I'll have to be able to get that bottle. IROC says those grain to glass bottles My buddy bottles. Wait, what? Those grain to glass bottles. My buddy bottles. Oh, he like bottles up the whiskey? Irock says, I'm from Wisconsin. I think we went over this already. I'm just told to be in Kentucky. I feel that. Did I lose all my Glens? Oh, I got one more over here. All right. We'll save the midwinters, right? I feel like this needs to be like done in a full review anyway, because I just feel like that. So let's break into the Haven Hills. Bro, when I posted that short and everybody heard me say Haven, they like lost their minds. They're like, you piece of shit, that's not how you fucking say it. I'm like, oh, fuck. My bad. Didn't know we took it that serious. Didn't know. Irock says, bro, if you come in December, Toast of the Trace will be happening. Matt B says the only good bourbon in Wisconsin is the Driftless Glens, Miller, Front Lake, and Spotted Cow are the beers. The Spotted Cow, I don't know if I tried that. I'm pretty sure though I did. We went to a few like beer bars when we were up there. The bourbon, nobody even could tell me what they were pouring me. They're like, it's whiskey. And I was like, but what kind? They're like, it's the one you drink. I didn't go to a bunch of like high-end bars. I was in Boulder Junction, if that gives anybody any kind of sense. Like, I was out there in the middle of nowhere. Irock says, Driftless Glen was trash to me, but everyone's taste is different. Best thing about whiskey and bourbon, bro. Everybody's taste is different. Everybody's palate's different. Honestly, the time of year it is, everybody's palates can be different for each time of the year and how long they're in it. I can tell you my palate's completely different. We're almost on a year of this channel. This channel, I believe I started it either super late November or early December, or we're almost in November. So we're cruising right up on a year, and I can tell you I hated rye when I first started. And we're about to crack into fairly expensive rye. So, and I got tons of it behind me now. You wouldn't have seen that a year ago. A year ago, I also didn't have a backdrop, but that's different. You know, like when it pours out real nice, and you're like, that's gonna taste good. It had one of those effects. Just want to throw that out there. Irock says, bro, Boulder Junction is Johnny Dingler country. Right? I don't know who that is. I do like the detail in the cork. Let me switch it up. Anybody, just out of curiosity, while we're going over the bottle, has anybody had this? This is going to be too small for this camera. There it goes. Bro, the detail in the cork, money. Big fan. Irock, I'm not going to answer that. The wife's watching. That's funny. Wait for the review. Wait for the review when I'm not live. No, I'm a big fan of the corks. I don't care for the synthetic corks. I know people have their pros and cons about them. I want a cork. I want a real cork. You know, there's just something about it. You know, I like when I dust my shelf off and I have to tip the bottles upside down. I like that process. But let me give you the breakdown of this bottle real quick. This is obviously a Kentucky Straight rye whiskey distilled in 2017. Whoa, what is it? Corn seed. I can't fucking barely read that. I can't read it. Released 2024, 63% rye, 24% corn, 13% malt. It's going to be a 61.6% alcohol for volume, 123.2 proof. Obviously, it has a little thing at the bottom that says, distilled and bottled by Heaven Hill Distillery, Bardstown, Kentucky, 40004. It's a cool zip code. Cool zip code. Anyways, Matt says, yum. Sounds like nowhere, Wisconsin. Yeah. All the whiskeys is the same to a bartender, but I guess it was cheap. It was cheap. Bro, all I want, like, I was getting kind of bougie, right? We drove from Florida to Savannah, flew from Savannah into like somewhere fairly south of Wisconsin. I can't remember where. It was a small airport. We flew in Allegiant, right? Then we drove 5 hours up to Boulder. And then we get there and we're like, all right, cool. We're going to get to the place we're staying at and be able to relax. No, we went to this restaurant. Again, not complaining, just a long travel day, right? My buddy's first time traveling with a kid, so we're just kind of all over the place. We get to this restaurant. First, they don't let you split checks in Wisconsin up there. That was stressful because I'm like, I don't have Cash App. I got my card. I have a credit card. I don't travel with cash. So I should, but whew, it's delicious smelling. It got a little bit of ethanol though. Rye's typically though, to me, always kind of have that ethanol burn. I'm not gonna do a full in-depth review. I'm just gonna let you know if it's good. But yeah, we get to that restaurant and I was just like, please, for the love of God, get me an old fashioned. She goes, you want it sweet? You want it sour? I go, no, not a margarita, please, an old fashioned. You know, like bourbon whiskey. She goes, I know, sweet or sour. I go, what the fuck is she saying to me? If she would have just said, hey, the way we do it up here is we have a sweet old fashioned or a sour old fashioned. And the sour's not even sour, it's just soda water. Simple explanation would have been fine. She was looking at me like I was fucking stupid as shit though. Cheers, boys. Ooh. You know, like when something makes you feel all warm and fuzzy, right? You just kind of get that good, like, let me grab a blanket feeling. I don't even know what to say. IROC sending me pictures in Discord of Bloody Marys and an empty bottle of Heaven Hill grain to glass, the bourbon. Empty. IROC, does that mean you drank that and you've now tried this and you're very versed in the grain of the glass, or is it you just get a free empty bottle? Bro, this thing is money. Well worth the money. I don't even gotta tell you the cost. Well worth the money. Bro, am I a rye person? Like, am I more of a rye person now? That finish on that thing is fucking like a choo-choo fucking train. Bro, IROC, what are you sending me right now? What is happening? Are you at the distillery right now? Like, Tell them to get me a weeded one. Give me all of them. I want everything. I'm going to Heaven Hill. I'm going to go move on it. I live on the hill now. Oh. It was your buddy. Damn, bro. I was like, what is happening? I was like, are you working at the distillery right now? My buddy's back there. It's like, you want one? Ooh. So, I was kind of like lost for words there for a minute. I do got to say, I have the Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond, right? One of my go-to favorites for like old fashions, right? It's decent, has good notes on it. Proof's okay. It drinks higher than its than the 100 proof. Not by much, but slightly, right? And it this this is like if you just like threw that shit out the window going, "You're too cheap, you piece of shit." This is so much better. Not that that's bad by any means. I'm just trying to give you an example. This is obviously a rye, so two totally different things. But the proof on it, you can feel like it's got more love in it. You know, somebody rocked this thing to sleep for a couple years. Just it's okay. It's okay. I got you. You know what I mean? That's how they treated this bottle. Yeah, there we go. Coats the palate really well. I was trying to figure out like if I'm just tripping or is it fairly oily. It is fairly oily, but it's bro. I have an issue with ryes, and this is the issue, right? So I get a new bottle, and I'm like, this is the best rye I ever had. New bottle. This is the best rye I've ever had. And that's because like I wasn't so versed in rye, right? I was just grabbing bottles, but I also bought them. You know, I started getting some random ryes. I'm like, okay, this is good, good. So then I got a $50 bottle. I'm like, this is really good. Got a $60 bottle. Even better. The more one thing I will say with ryes, the more money you spend, the better they have been. Just from the ones I've had. So don't shoot the messenger. Because I was like, hey, the Redwood Empire Emerald Giant. I was like, that's damn, bro, that finish. I was like, that's pretty good. It's not like anything like blow your socks off, but it's decent. But it's like $30, right? But then you come over here and you get the Redwood Empire Rocket Top. Right now, that's the number one for me. I'd have to do it blind or I'd have to do it side by side. I'm not gonna do that tonight, but that one did win the blind when we blinded up like 6 to 8, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we had the Still Austin Straight Rye in there. We had the rare breed, Wild Turkey rare breed rye. We had the Emerald Giant and the Rocket Top in there. We had the Bullet 12-year, and I believe the Barstown rye. The Barstown rye is never ending. It's still here on the shelves. So crazy to think, you know. But yeah, I'm glad I opened this one up. This is a good sipping whiskey. Yeah. Would you make it an old fashioned? Yes, not tonight, but I don't know. It's also kind of pricey. I probably would just keep it to drink me. But you could. It's your bottle. Do what you want. Anyway, boys, what are you guys drinking on? Who's all in the chat? Sound off. Let me know who's here. I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, drop a little like on the stream. It helps us grow. We are almost at 1,500. The goal for me is to be at least at 1,500 by the end of the year. That's more than doable. More than doable. I will be pumping out tons of videos coming up. Wedding season is coming to an end. So in the next few weeks, you're going to see a ton of like full reviews, a couple more lives. We're going to start trying to bring on guests. If you have a certain YouTuber or somebody that's really big into bourbon and you want them to be a guest on like a show on Friday, just sit back, drink, talk whiskey, feel free to send them my way. Alex says, do you buy bottles and don't open them? I do, especially on ryes. I need to find a way to drink it besides on the rocks. Alex, there is not a single bottle in this entire room that I have not bought and almost instantly opened on this stream. Not this one stream, but on this channel. I buy a bottle and I bring it right to you guys. I do not wait. I don't hesitate. If I buy it Monday, it's on the stream Friday. If I buy it today, like this bottle I bought at 6 o'clock today. So 3-4 hours ago, I bought that bottle and we're drinking it today. The only one that I haven't opened is the Midwinter's Night Dram. and that's because I don't want to open two tonight that are fairly expensive. Um, I not only have this shelf that's pretty long, this one, I got that one, I got that one. I have two up top, and I have this whole table covered in bottles. I'm not trying to say, look at me, I have a bunch of bottles, but they're all opened. Um, some only have like a pour or two out of them. That's the only downside. It's like I can't really like drink the bottles. But that also goes to show, like, when you watch these streams, just I'm gonna give you an example. Like, you can see that this bottle is almost gone. So you can really start to see which bottles I really do like and which bottles I just say is good, right? Because you can see that this, I don't know if you can see it, the Bullet Rye 12 year, you can see it's almost gone too. But I've had this bottle for almost a year, right? Comparatively, like, which one's better? That one. I also do drink the cheaper ones more frequently, but you need to find more ways to drink it than on the rocks. Alex, if you're not like a big neat person and you feel like you want to drink it on ice, one of two things. You can either get a Glen, right? Pour a little in, pour like a drop or two of water. Not like a bunch, just like a couple drops. That should make it a little bit easier if you're just trying to get into it. Either that or make a cocktail. There is absolutely nothing wrong with making an old fashioned, making a whiskey sour, making really any kind of drink you want. And that way you can drink them. It's all about what you personally like. If you really only like drinking them on the rocks, then hey, that's your bottle. I would say, hey, if you can't get through bottles, don't go buy a bunch, right? Unless you just got the money like that. I buy a bunch of bottles because I'm doing them for reviews. I'm sharing them with people and stuff like that. But if you're just stackpiling bottles for fun, like, that may be a waste of money, or a really good investment. One of the two. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take that advice. I almost want to make an old fashioned with it because I just want to know. I just got to know if it's good. I will say, Tuxedo has not made his chat. Eric has not made a chat. A lot of the OGs, bro, missing these streams. What's up? What's happening? NT Way. Last part. I don't know which part, bro. I know you guys are a little bit more delayed than I am, but damn, IROC, you just gonna call me out like that? He says that bottle will be gone by Sunday. If it will, you'll never know. I'll fill it up with like fucking brown food coloring, throw up on a shelf. It'll just sit there for a year. You'll never even know. There's no way I could justify going back and buying another. They did have more though. Anybody that is local right now, if you live in St. Augustine, Jacksonville, if you're close to this area, Total Wines right now have got the massive drop of just like randomness. Not like a Buffalo Trace drop. I know everybody wants that. It's not happening yet. But they got the Jim Beam Winter Reserve. They got a bunch of Heaven Hill Grain to Glass Ryes. I didn't see any of the other ones. They had the Midwinter's Night Dram. I had the second to last one. There's one more sitting there. What else did they have? Fuck, I can't even remember. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, they had the Jim Beam Single Barrel, the 108 proof. That was there. I almost bought that one. I'm drawing a blank. Just go check it out. They got a bunch of stuff. IROC says this World Series game. The Marlins aren't in it, so I can't watch it. I like baseball, but I only like watching baseball when it's my team or I have money on it, and I don't have money on it. If I was, I'd probably bet the Yankees. The Dodgers are good too. I'm sure it's a good series, but not me. Tyler Bohannon. I think you were in the stream last time. He says, I love Heaven Hill. Bro, you may have missed the stream. You may have missed this, but If you're a Gator fan, if you live close to the Jacksonville Town Center, go pick this up. It costs a little bit of cheddar, but it's completely worth it. I keep pouring it because I'm like not wanting to drink it, but I really want to drink it. It's so good, so good. Obviously, the rye is, bro, it's money. I have a cut on my tongue. I think fucking shit burns. Not just that sip, it has been, but like the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond has always been like a good go-to for like to. So one thing I'll say is this bottle, in some states, some areas, is considered allocated, but it's like it's not here. It's absolutely everywhere. Really good bottle for old fashions. It's 45, $50 most places. You can get it at Costco a lot here for really cheap. Decent bottle to go to though. Full Robotic Forum says, I like Old Granddad 80 proof. Old Granddad 80 proof? Honestly, I don't think I've ever had the Old Granddad 80 proof. I got the Old Granddad Bonded. iRock in here is a big fan of the Old Granddad 114, and they just came out with that Old Granddad 116 that everybody's trying to get their hands on, but nobody's going to. Full Robotic, are you more of a cocktail guy? Are you more of a neat, straight up kind of guy? Or a lady? I don't know if you're a guy. I just figure. Are you a neat kind of robotic, or like a cocktail robotic? There we go. Now we're being whatever the people want us to be. Oh, he says like a $12 bottle. That's why I like it. I love me a good budget bottle. Now, I will say the main reason for this in particular stream, just to bring her on back in, right, is I did, I'm not going to say a full review, but close enough, right, of the Jim Beam Winter Reserve. It's a budget bottle. It's under 30. It's $26.99. Let me pull the fancy thing back up here. Boom. It's 6-year age, $26.99. It's 86 proof. It says winter. It's a fall bottle. I'm going to have to call Jim Beam, give him a heads up saying, hey, you got to fix it. It's a fall reserve. That's what it is. It feels like you're watching football on Thanksgiving. A little turkey in the background's cooking, right? Wife's whipping it up in the kitchen. You're sipping bourbon, watching football. Just saying. It's good. It's not amazing, though. It's nothing special. But it is cheaper. So I chase my stuff with Monster Energy. See, I'm not a Monster guy, but I do love me a good Celsius. Not sponsored, but if I could, fuck it up. Somebody tell Celsius to sponsor the channel. Liz says that beard. My beard's looking rough today. I can't. I'm looking fairly homeless. Alex says Broken Barrel America and Kentucky vintage bourbons. Those I bought because 100 proof. I just don't want to open them. I bought the smoker from Amazon. Not bad. Bro, Amazon smokers are decent. There's nothing wrong with them. The smoker's a smoker, you know. Why don't you want to open them though? You just don't want to, or like you don't want to drink them. Bottles don't go bad because you open them. They go bad if you open them and just let them sit. Because either way, if they're corks, you have to tip them upside down. You know what I mean? You gotta wet that cork anyway. Alex says, no way with Monster. Please give a review. Full Robotic, we got to see the review, you know? He says, my other go-to is Benchmark Small Batch for 16. I got the, what do I have? I have the single barrel and the bonded. Crazy enough, both of those weren't what I was supposed to buy. I was supposed to buy the full proof. Every single time I forgot. They're good. I love a good budget bottle. My favorite right now is going to be the Jim Beam Black 7-year. It's like $18. Really good flavor. The age statement on it gives it a little bit of oomph to it. But it's just a basic bourbon. Vanilla, caramel notes, touch of cinnamon. It's decent, you know. But for the price, it's amazing. Um, what else do we go to for budget stuff? Budget stuff. I mean, to me, for budget, I like all the Redwood Empires, the white labels. They're all around $30 here. Yeah, a full robotics. He says I can get Jim Beam Black, $35 for a half gallon. Yeah, I mean that might be a little bit too much too. Here it's fairly cheap. You know what I saw today? Not that I would ever buy it. You can buy the Traveler's whiskey by the 1.75 milliliters here for like, I think it was like $70. I was like, who the fuck is buying that? I don't even want it for the normal price for the small bottles. I definitely don't want a big bottle. Buffalo Trace did send me their um, a signed bottle by Harlan Wheatley though, so I have that up here. That's why I have two. One that I tried, I reviewed it, gave you real thoughts on it. If you really care, go watch that. But then they, because of that review, they sent me a signed bottle, which I appreciate. Buffalo Trace, if you're still watching, hook your boy up something good. Just throwing that out there, you know. Into ways. Let me check something here, boys. You know what I may do? Because I didn't bring any water in here. Full Robotics says I kind of thought Travelers taste like Pendleton. I hiccuped. Pendleton. Travelers to me, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's just not good, man. Like it's okay. Like it's decent. If you're, well, Travelers is meant to get somebody into whiskey, is what I think they were attempting. They put a big name that a lot of people love, and Chris Stapleton, myself included. Right, put a big name on it, so somebody who's not like super into bourbon could say, "Oh, I'll buy that." Right? It's more of like a gift-giving bottle, right? Because anybody that's into whiskey or into bourbon, they're not drinking that going, "Wow, the notes on this is really good." They're gonna go, "This is basic shit," and it also has Canadian whiskey in it, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not mad at Canadian whiskey, but I bought that Caribou shit. That's supposed to be big shit. Disgusting. I'm pissed. I'm so mad I spent the money on that one. But Travelers to me is like for the everyday person. If they walk into the store and they're looking for a gift, Travelers would be a good option if it's giving to somebody that's not really into bourbon and whiskey. The bottle looks cool, has a cool story, has the names attached to it for Buffalo Trace, it has the names for Chris Stapleton attached to it. It's cool looking, right? But beyond that, there's no point, you know. Alex says Makers 13. I think I buy them just so my home looks badass. I mean, Alex, my room, I bought most of these bottles because my room looks sick as hell because I got a bunch of bottles in here. Not all super expensive ones. I got a couple that are a little pricey. I got a lot of budget ones in here. I got a ton of bottles I have to review still, but I just got a lot of stuff I like to drink in here. But there's nothing in here that I wouldn't necessarily drink. It's just what do I like more. The top shelf is like some stuff that I'm like so on, right? Like I got the Whistle Pig up there that I don't like. I got the Knob Creeks that I'm not the biggest fan of. Early Times, which I'm letting that one sit because a lot of people are fans of it, but I'm just not. Full Robotics says, what is good? No one talks about Knob Creek. If someone asked me for a good first bottle or a gift bottle, I would tell them Knob Creek anything. You're not wrong. Knob Creek's accessible. You can find it everywhere. It's decently priced. for me and my palate, it's just I'm not the biggest fan of it. I started drinking that because it's almost all the bars around here, or restaurants, I would say, they have Knob Creek's 9-year for their old fashions. It's okay. Um, I do like the Knob Creek 12-year, but I tend to like all the Knob Creeks that are a little bit harder to get. So it's just not exactly what I want. So that's all. Not that it's wrong. Nothing's wrong with that. Some people don't like Jim Beam. Some people don't like Buffalo Trace. I like starting to find some like outsourced ones. Like I like all the California stuff from Redwood Empire. I like New Rift. This whole shelf is Redwood Empire and New Rift, and a couple Penelopes down there too. Still Austin, out of Austin, Texas. I like a lot of their stuff too. Old Forester, Wild Turkey. I do got the Angels Triple Oak. That one's pretty good. That's you can get the Angels Envy Triple Oak almost everywhere now. Alex says Knob Creek was a creeper for me. You know, it's not bad. It's just not what I'm looking for exactly. That's my only complaint with it. It's like, it's good. It's just, it doesn't, you know, like if you have an itch and you're trying to scratch it, you're like, like it doesn't scratch the itch for me. This motherfucker be giving me a whole back rub and some. To be honest, it kind of smells more like a bourbon on the nose. Like, if you would have handed this to me, I would say it's probably like a mix between a wheated and a rye. Like it has like a couple of those sweet notes right when you first get in there, and you're like, ooh, wheated, but then you're like, wait, there's rye spice. Wait, I'm confused. Full Robotic says that Weller Green tastes like how Jack Honey should taste like. Weller Green tastes like honey, and I like it. What do I have? I have the Jim Beam honey and the Evan Williams honey. Those both are like honey syrup. Like they're good for honey bourbon like flavored stuff, but they're kind of whatever. I would say Weller Green definitely has like some sweetness to it. I don't know about honey, but I like it. Yeah, a lot of people like hate on this bottle for some reason. This bottle actually, just because I feel like you're new here, you're about to learn a lot about me really quick. But so my uncle sent me this bottle's dusty, bro. My uncle sent me this right after my son was born. This was the first thing I drank after my son was born. We got home. We were home a couple weeks, and as soon as life started getting a little bit back to normal, you know, I got this in the mail. We said, give me a little FaceTime. We showed him the kid, you know, cracked this open. We had a couple pours. I got real buzzed. Like when I say real buzz, I was fucking lit up. But I try to like hold on to that bottle as much as I can, not try to slam it back. It has sentimental meaning to me, but it's but I do like it. I wish I could get it for MSRP, but Full Robotic says, I think the best thing I ever had was Weller Green. Full Robotics, we gotta get you into something else then, because it's good, but it's not the best thing. If you kind of lean into that like wheated profile, right? If you like the sweetness of that, where are we going with? Where are we recommending you? What else did I just get that was wheated? I have no fucking idea. Oh, but you won't get that. I got a Nulu Double Oak wheated. It's 122 proof. Oh my god, that's my favorite bottle right now. I'm scared that it's already halfway gone. I'm scared to let it go because I can't get it again. Ben Holiday soft red wheat. You probably would like that a lot, and it's cheaper, more accessible. What else? I'm That one's the closest one. Well, Alex, what? He says sweetest one is Crown Royal Blackberry, super sweet. Mix it with Sprite. Haven't looked back at it. Plus, they're now discontinued. I don't have the Blackberry anymore. I was one of the first ones to do that review on the Blackberry. I got like 2.4, 2.5 million views on TikTok for that one. That's pretty cool. It's okay, but it is just a flavored whiskey. There's better blackberry flavored whiskeys, but I like Crown Royal to an extent. It definitely needs to be mixed. Sprite, lemonade, sweet tea, whatever you want to go. Flower Box says, I tried the Green River Wheated, but there's nowhere near as good as the Weller. I haven't had the Green River Wheated. I have had the Green River Full Proof. That one's pretty good. But I don't think, I looked at it, I don't think that one compares to the Weller. I think the closest one that I personally have is going to be the Ben Holiday Soft Red Wheat. If you can get the Rickhouse Proof, obviously, but that's only if you're like a proof snob. Like apparently I am. He says, Ben Holiday wheat and what else? So that one is the closest wheated one that I can think of. If you're just looking for similar sweetness level, I like the Russells. That one's fairly sweet. I don't know. Because I default to like Buffalo Trace because all of that feels in that same realm because it obviously is. I don't know. The Ben Holiday feels like it is the closest matchup simply because of the proof point. It's bottled and bond. It's around the same price MSRP, but you can find it fairly regularly. I don't know if that's my kid crying or a car passing by outside. What else I got? Yeah, that's the go-to. Weller, I'd have to drink it to like really dive in. I haven't had it in a minute. You like Russell's? I mean, Russell's 10-year is really good. Their private bottle, the Reserve Private Barrel Selection, these are money. If you can find these anywhere, almost all of these are completely worth the money. I think everybody already kind of got there and started selling them out, but they'll be back eventually. What I think I'm going to do, though, just for channel's sake, right? Because right now we're close to being monetized. We're like inching our way to the finish line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this stream down for just a minute. I'm going to go grab some water. I'm going to go grab, I'm going to go to the bathroom, grab some new Glens, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to do a late night pour. I think that would be fun. We'll just kind of start drinking random shit. You know what I mean? I got time. No wedding tomorrow. I got to do some editing, but besides that, we're off work tomorrow, boys. So I'm going to close this one down. I'll come back on. Let's just call it, Alex says, Brody, tell me you have larceny. I don't. I have the small batch. It's okay. I wasn't like, well, larceny. I haven't found the barrel proofs. But that's one of the ones that I've been like, if I see it for a decent price, I'd probably pick it up. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I'm going to start back up in, let's just say, at 10:45 at the latest. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell on, that way you know when I go live again. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate your support. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you on the other side. Peace. And cue outro.